Printful is a print-on-demand service that allows you to create and sell custom products like t-shirts, hoodies, and mugs without worrying about inventory, production, or shipping. They handle all the behind-the-scenes work so you can focus on designing, marketing, and making sales.
Sounds like a dream, right? Well, stick around, we'll see if that dream holds up in reality. I've been using Printful for many years. I use both systems, the usual print-on-demand and the warehousing, which is technically a 3PL. My opinion is often shared by my clients and partners, so I'm quite confident in my perspective, but I'm not giving any financial advice. For that, talk to a lawyer.
But first, I have to disclose two things. One, I am a certified estampador in Spain, a professional printer with access to wholesale prices. I own e-presses and an embroidery machine, a vinyl cutter, and I know my way around printing. Two, I have an affiliate link for Printful down below. However, I'm not directly paid for this review. Just take everything that I say with a grain of salt. I didn't want to make this review at first. Not that I'm oppressed or forced at gunpoint to do it,
but I try to understand other businesses as they inject millions into a company. They need to make some profit somewhere.
They also have enormous storage spaces, cutting-edge machinery, staff, and a global marketing budget. That's a huge organization, so they can't end up asking $2 per t-shirt. Compare that to us, no upfront investment, no warehousing, and the ability to run an entire store from our phone.
But despite the convenience, my experience has ranged from "this is amazing" to "never again." So how does Printful work? Printful has both printing on demand, which is basically a dropshipping system where you choose a garment, you upload a design, and you place it in a placeholder. Then you create mockups and price your items. When it looks good to go, you can push your items to an e-commerce like WooCommerce, ENQUIRIES, and so on.
Or you can send your in-house printed products to different Printful warehouses.
They store your items, then pick them up for delivery. This is great in case you have a 9-to-5 but want to start your own online business on the side.
Both systems can be used together. For example, you can print shirts yourself, but leave the hats and beanies to their production.
So in terms of usefulness, flexibility, and centralization, it's aimed.
When it comes to pricing, I need to give you something to compare it to.
I will list the different techniques and let you know with an icon which one is available at Printful. Without getting into details, with DIY printing, I could get a t-shirt ready for $8. With vinyl prints or laser transfer, front and neck or front and back. Maybe a custom label packed in a nice compostable bag with some stickers. This is if you do everything by yourself and you have access to the wholesale providers. Over 20 items, we could use a serigraphy transfer because it's a bit faster and has that edge. You can have unlimited colors too, but the price wouldn't change much. At 50 items, we could get it for maybe 6.57 euros. For hoodies, it starts at 15-16 euros. It's a range, but it's to give you some perspective.
That is obviously without making any profit, and you need some skills and machinery, so it's not like you can do that with a simple iron you borrow from your mom.
With Printful under 8 euros, the only shirt you can have is the Gildan 5000 with one print. But they have to pay their employees until they replace them with robots.
If you have a bigger budget, you can invest into a DTG printer, which is what Printful uses for the prints, but it's a mess to maintain apparently. Embroidery is also an option, but it's a lot more complex and is not cheap even for software. Printful also offers cut and sew, a technique where the fabric is first printed using sublimation, then cut and stitched together to create the fully custom garment, all over printed. This process is more expensive due to the skilled manual labor involved. And lately they introduced knitted items. They have enough techniques, but many love serigraphy.
DTG can sometimes look like serigraphy,
but it's not the same. Also, some garments are priced differently depending on the size. For some reason, they don't stock 4 and 5XL t-shirts in Europe. For example, the Gildan 5000 in these sizes is available in Europe, but will be shipped from the US.
Shipping is still reasonable, but delivery times are higher. Other items like bags and accessories are price-wise outrageous.
Like good luck making a profit selling that at that price with such low margins.
So all in all, pricing is a bit complex, but I'd say it can be okay. Meh or yikes, depending on what you buy. That's not the part where I complain the most, it's the perks of not investing and printing yourself.
I tend to go for the DIY route, because at least I can control the quality and consistency, and with serigraphy transfer I can have more vibrant colors.
Also, with Printful, you can have the same logo on two different garments, and depending on which facility prints the item, they can look completely different. Take a look at this t-shirt printed in the US compared to this hoodie printed in Latvia. I made sure to only use Printful's facilities and not a third party. But even within their own facilities, it's not always consistent. I spoke a lot about shirts and hoodies, but where I really got disappointed was when I compared mock-ups of beanies and the final result. The logo was tiny while I used the entire horizontal space available. Maybe it's me, but it's miles away from my expectations. Using the 3D pop options might help with that issue. I'm very happy with the snapback hats though. It's only with beanies that I see a problem. So for quality of prints, I'd say meh. Cause sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit. There's a large choice of garments, but it's missing some items in my opinion. The thing is, it quickly gets expensive outside of Gildan and Bella Canvas, especially for accessories, meaning that a large part of the catalog is too pricey to be considered for most. Garments are of quality, so just for that I'd say it's okay, but still far from ain't. Creating products is easy, but I'm never sure if the size and placement of prints are correct. They don't even use meters or inches, but units. And mockups aren't consistent regarding the size of the prints, but that's still okay. There are enough placeholders so you can create quite interesting models. So that's also okay. For mockups, however, you really don't want to be picky. It's fine if you want to fill the shop quickly with something, but it has that social media merch vibe to it. It's basic, a bit underwhelming, so it's okay, but not better than that. Once you have defined product templates, the order management is a breeze. It's easy to just select a product, create and confirm orders. It can be automated too, so it accepts all incoming orders. So I rate the dashboard ain't. Fulfillment time is reasonable. Delivery sometimes can be tricky because the client doesn't automatically receive notifications, but you can add the email manually. I'd say ain't because the part of Printful is well managed. The only thing is that maybe they should directly add the client email address to the tracking, but it might have to do with GDPR compliance. Shipping costs worldwide are low enough. Shipping costs have gone through the roof, so seeing good prices is a real net positive. Returns and resend are easy to manage too, so that's rated ain't. API integration with WooCommerce, Equid or even Silvershop with live shipping rates are great. In WooCommerce, you can even have separate shipping options for your own stock or Printfuls. That's really good. Again, rated ain't. One thing I consider when choosing a provider is how they treat the clients when making changes to the policies. And here, Printful lost many points. The fact that they started promoting the warehousing for only €22 per month, then they changed their mind, messing up all my inventory. I got obliged to find storage space in my studio and restructure my shop. Then they have the guts to make us pay for the return we didn't even ask for. Or they would send it to charity or throw it as waste. Shows they don't care about the little guy. They can say they do, I don't believe them. Minimum now is around €100 per month. €150 per month, which for a starting business is €1,800 per year. Thanks, Printful. Yikes. A bit of respect for the sellers.
Yes, respect.
Overall, inconsistencies in printing quality, inconsistency in pricing, changes of policies without showing any type of fairness. That's what or who you deal with. On the other hand, you don't need any upfront investment. All in all, I'm not sure about how I feel anymore about that company. That's up to you, basically. I just give you the data, you are free to do what you got to do. Anyway, like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.